He once ran the streets like a ghost unseen, but always felt feared by many, forgotten by most, and locked away for a decade. For 10 long years, Marcus Hayes was just another number behind bars, a name buried beneath mistakes, regrets, and lost time. But today, he walks those same streets with a different purpose, not to take, but to give, not to destroy, but to rebuild, from felon to mentor, from menace to man of the people. This is more than a comeback, it's a reckoning, because sometimes the greatest redemption stories aren't found in books. They're lived out loud, one hard-earned step at a time. How does a man go from prison to pillar of the community? You're about to find out. Marcus grew up where streetlights buzzed louder than dreams, and hope. Hope was a luxury no one could afford. His mom worked double shifts, his dad, gone before he could spell his name. By 14, the streets became family. By 17, a crew became his compass. And by 21, a judge gave him a number and a cell. 10 years for armed robbery. I thought prison was the end. I figured I'd get out and go right back. That was the plan. Same streets, same cycle, same me. But then, he met a man behind bars who didn't see a criminal. He saw a kid who'd never been taught how to dream. Mr. D, an old lifer who'd lost everything except his wisdom. He handed Marcus a book, not a weapon. Asked him questions, not for answers, but for truth. And for the first time in his life, Marcus looked inward, and he didn't like what he saw, but he did see potential. That's when everything started to change. Mr. D wasn't a guard. He wasn't a preacher, he wasn't even part of the system. He was a retired high school teacher, old, quiet, and deliberate, who came to the prison once a week with a spiral notebook and a pocket full of questions. He didn't judge, he didn't lecture, he just asked. Not about charges or time served, but about dreams, pain, purpose. And one day, he looked Marcus dead in the eye and said something that stuck like a splinter in his soul. What if your story's not over? What if your past doesn't get to be the final chapter? That question cracked something open. Marcus started reading books he never thought he'd understand, writing letters, journal entries, pages that didn't always make sense, but meant everything. He started listening, not just to Mr. D, but to the silence, to his own thoughts, to the pain behind other inmates' eyes. And little by little, the man who once only knew how to survive started learning how to live. I walked out with a garbage bag full of books, and a mission I didn't even fully understand yet. No fanfare, no welcome party, just the outside air, a second chance, and a heart full of unfinished sentences. But something had shifted. He didn't come out looking for revenge or respect. He came out looking for redemption, and he was just getting started. Returning home wasn't some movie moment. There was no music swelling, no hugs in slow motion, just the same streets, a little old, a little colder. His old friends, gone, locked up, or ghosts of who they used to be. No one clapped, no one noticed, but Marcus didn't come back for applause. He came back with an idea, to build the space he never had. Not a halfway house, not a shelter, a place. A space where men like him, formerly incarcerated, overlooked, discarded, could sit down and breathe, talk, learn, grow. He started small and borrowed church basements and community centers, free job prep workshops, mock interviews, second chance employers. Then came the real conversations, group circles, open mix, no judgments, just truth. He brought in barbers, ex-cons who turned contractors, pastors who once sold dope, but now preached hope, anyone with a scar and a story, and little by little, the word spread. One life changed, then 5, then 20. Marcus, he saved me. I was on my 3rd strike, man. 3rd? I was done. Now I run my own landscaping biz. I got clients, I got keys to my own truck. He believed in me when no one else did. Marcus didn't need a stage, he built one, for others to stand on. Because sometimes the real heroes don't wear capes, They hold clipboards, ask tough questions, and show up again and again, and that's exactly what he did. 10 years after walking out of prison with nothing but a garbage bag of books, Marcus Hayes stood on a stage, being honored by the same city that once locked him away. Not for what he survived, but for what he built. A movement, a space, a second chance for hundreds. But to Marcus, the plaque didn't matter. The headlines didn't matter. I'm not a hero. I'm a product of grace, of second chances, of someone who believed in me before I ever knew how to believe in myself. He didn't chase recognition. He chased redemption, and he's still running. Marcus Hayes reminds us of something we too often forget. Redemption isn't a quick fix. It's not a slogan or a speech. It's a journey, a choice, made quietly every day. And sometimes, it begins with just one question. What if your story's not over? For Marcus, that question cracked the door open, and through it came years of building not just his life, but the lives around him. He didn't chase perfection. He chose purpose. He chose people, because the truth is, no matter where you've been, you are more than your worst mistake. You are not defined by a record, a sentence, or a statistic. You are a story still unfolding, and maybe, just maybe, like Marcus, your journey through pain becomes someone else's path to healing. Your story becomes their second chance. So ask yourself, what if your story's not over? What if it's just beginning?